Hi, my name is Sharice, and I'm back reading messages from Jesus that was spoken through Mandy at Seek Heavenly Things. And this is now part 31. But first, I claim that Jesus Christ is God, who came in the flesh, bled and died on a cross, and rose on the third day. And Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And this was on 6/23/2025, part 31. God's physical calendar is 5:15, and God's spiritual calendar is 9:15. So when I was creating the very first family, I took the two souls that held the first two spirits from God's creation, and I have put them inside the plasm circle. Then I have used the two souls and combined them with the first two spirits to put them inside a new spirit line that I was creating to hold the line of Lucifer, which had the fallen line of the duplicate spirit of Lucifer, as well as the true line of Lucifer. And that was my other son in the heavens, and most of you all know who my son is, because he is here now in the flesh. And that is my son Angel, who is at Warrior 12. And I have used my son Angel to hold both of those lines inside him, for those new creations inside the heavens of the brand new spirits line that I have created in the plasma circle. And Angel is now holding the lines here in the flesh, except that fallen duplicate spirit line inside him is no longer activated, because there is the true devil who has the activation spirit of the fallen duplicate spirit line, holding all of the fallen lines that was created in the second heaven. Angel is just holding both lines as a placeholder for the fallen line, because I am going to use Angel in the very end to help me destroy evil, where it no longer needs the opposite of science through creation any longer. And that is why Angel is holding both lines here in the flesh, because when he transfers into his glorious body, he will have both of those lines that are already inside of him. So now when he changes into his glorious body, they will continue to be inside of him in his current suit that he is holding now with the glorious body, which is under the duplicate that he is currently holding now. And because he hasn't changed yet, he is still waiting on the transfer process to happen, which is about to happen to all of my 12, so they can change into their glorious bodies. And I am holding the two lines inside Angel, so for when he changes into his glorious body, the two lines that are currently inside him now, who has the placeholder of the fallen line, and his current duplicate now in his current suit, those two lines, they will continue to be inside him as the duplicate he holds now transfers into his glorious body. Yes, I know, children, it's all supernatural, but you will see every word will come to pass. So now, because everything that is inside him now, that now holds his glorious body, it will all be transferred into his glorious body, where he will still be holding the two lines. And I will need that transformation to happen because he's holding those two lines to sum up the very ending, which is my ending that he's going to help me with to destroy darkness, where it will no longer need a positive and negative attraction through the laws of physics during creations. So now that the fallen duplicate spirit of Lucifer is going to be forced to inform the beast that all of the plans have to be changed here soon, the beast is going to insist another person to step into that role as the devil. And this is why the Antichrist spirit is already here in this world and is going to be revealed here soon, but not in action yet, because Obama, who is going to be the Antichrist, who will have the fallen lines of the duplicate of Lucifer inside him, who holds all of the fallen lines from the second heaven, which is the Antichrist spirit, who will enter inside Obama on my perfect timing. And that is because Obama was chosen because Barack falls like lightning. And that has to do with the stubborn hearts of Pharaoh in Egypt for the end times, and the people who are involved with them, that are in a coalition with them, and are aligning their plans to their agenda. They are going to be the end time leaders, persecuting all of my people who do not worship the beast inside the Great Tribulation. Even though after my very first pre-simulated rapture, it may look like we're going into the Great Tribulation, because all of the destruction you will see in the increased talk of the pandemics rising fast, with inflation rising fast as well. It may look like it, but I do not want you to worry, because it won't be the real one. It will just be the facade, because my hand is on the clock, and I am going to continue to wake up my people over and over again until I allow the real Great Tribulation to come on this world. But in the beginning, no matter what you see, just come to me with prayer if you do not make the first round of blessings, because I will save all of the earthly realms by turning the dial back and showing them all of the supernatural so they can unblock their frequencies. So the Great Tribulation, the real one, not the facade, It won't happen yet because that doesn't happen until the very end, after the wedding feast with the Lamb. Because in the very beginning, I am just foreshadowing the very ending, but I will not let the ending go all the way to the end, which means they will not open up the final portal, because right before the last day of the third day of spiritual darkness, before the 10 days of real darkness comes with the EMP blackout all over the world, I will turn the dial back and not let the real darkness fall. The real darkness is the trial that I have promised my people that I would keep them from it, and not let them go through the trial, which is the testing that I am allowing to come on this entire world, because I have promised my people I would remove them from it before the trial came on this world. And my word is true, I will always deliver my promises, because this trial that is coming on this world is the testing that I am allowing, and it will be about pure darkness falling from the evil realms. And this trial, which is mentioned in the Smyrna church, talking about the 10-day trial that is mentioned in Revelation, as well as the tribulation and some of the persecuting that my people will have to go through before the Great Tribulation, which is mentioned all over my Bible, with testing and trials that they have to go through, and the tribulations and the persecutions, summing up the ending, are especially mentioned in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. It's also the Smyrna church in Revelation 2:10 that mentions the 10-day trial. But you are going to see my Heavenly Bible, there's more of a detailed explanation about the 10 days of darkness, because I know there are a lot of people saying 3 days of darkness, but I am here to tell you the 3 days of darkness is just a 3-day warning of that final portal to be opened. It is not the real darkness that is falling, the physical darkness. The real darkness is the 10-day trial. It's going to be like backwards Exodus, because the children and the bride will not be here, and that is also when you see plagues happening. But it won't be like the plagues in Exodus, it'll be all new plagues, and that is because the pandemics are rising fast. As soon as the pre-simulated rapture happens, you're going to hear lots of talk of it, and you're even going to see pre-shutdowns before I turn the dial back. It will be scary for some who is not following along, because war will also be breaking out, and nations rising against nations. But this is what I mean when I say the end has not come yet. And that is because the ending is my ending, because I am a God of love and a God of grace. And I do not wish wrath to come on my people. I have only allowed wrath to destroy evil in the end. But you are all going to see truly how loving of a God I am, and my true character, because everything you're going to witness if you do not make the first round of blessings is what is going to be like a small fraction of what you will see in the real Great Tribulation if you reject my Son's finished works on the cross. So I, Yeshua HaMashiach, who comes in the flesh, bled and died on a cross, and rose on the third day, is showing you how it is going to be. I need you to recognize this. This is why I do a pre-show of everything, to keep warning my people over and over again, because I love them. You will see all of this come to pass, and I need you to know, even if you do not make the first round of blessings, I have not forgotten about you, and I will come back and get you, and rescue you all by turning the dial back, where you won't be in the pre-show or the pre-wrath of the facade of the Great Tribulation any longer, because that is when the 522 journey starts back over again. And all of those dates that you have mocked, those dates will come to pass, showing you when the pre-simulated raptures will be happening, but this time the entire journey is going to be witnessed in the supernatural. And that is because we have completed the spiritual battle, and now we're going into the physical battle. And when the physical battle starts, it is declaring the end times to start. And that physical battle officially starts when the introductory phase starts. And that is when you will see Mandy and G turn on their cameras after G tells his story, before he introduces his Eve, talking about their stories of Adam and Eve partners. And that is when that ark door shuts for the pre-simulated rapture that will come right after I show up in the flesh. Stick around for part 32. Alright, so that's all for this video, and I'll be back with the next part.